All right, an eerie display of solidarity between two dangerous rogue regimes as Russia and North Korea sign a new defense agreement to strengthen ties and guarantee military assistance if each one is attacked. All of this, of course, happening as Biden critics say the president is weakening America's standing on the world stage. Here with reaction is former State Department spokesperson Morgan Ortagus. Morgan, how concerned should we be about this?
Very concerned. It's not something that we should take lightly at all. What you're seeing really form is something that I call a quartet of evil. That's North Korea, Iran, China, Russia getting together. What's important about this defense agreement is they have essentially, the Russians have agreed to come, and North Korea, they've agreed to come to each other's aid if either one is militarily attacked. So that is, I mean, if you go back to 2017, whenever President Trump was sort of being aggressive against Kim Jong-un and against North Korea, if North Korea decided to attack us, and by the way, just so our audience knows, North Korea has missiles that can reach anywhere in the United States, not just California, not just Hawaii, not just Guam. They have missiles that can reach anywhere in the United States. North Korea also, Brian, is supplying about 10,000 containers of munitions to Russia on a monthly basis for their war in Ukraine. That 10,000 is the total number. So you see North Korea resupplying Russia. What can Russia give to North Korea? They can provide even more advanced, sophisticated weaponry to those missiles, which are already a threat to the United States. So you see something that I like to call, Brian, there's a supply chain of terror coming on. You see North Korea, you see Iran resupplying Russia. And who's the target of all of this? Well, ultimately, it comes down to Americans. Those Iranian-made drones are what killed Americans in January in Jordan. Those Iranian-made drones and ballistic missiles are what the Houthis use to shoot at U.S. ships. So you have to look at Iran, at North Korea, at Russia and China as one entity, one supply chain of terror, and their ultimate goal is the United States. And this defense pact yesterday only made the ties between Russia and North Korea even stronger.
Can you just imagine if Donald Trump was president? They'd say Donald Trump destroyed the Middle East. Donald Trump has Western Europe being invaded. Donald Trump has allowed our enemies to get together, but he hasn't. Yeah. But it didn't stop them from blaming Trump for this to happen, saying that, well, Trump's love of dictators and the fact is he has a chance of winning. They're actually blaming Trump for this. It's unthinkable. I hope people don't buy it. Meanwhile, Russia's going over, Vladimir Putin's going to Vietnam. Vietnam saw the threat of China. I don't know what work we're doing diplomatically there, but that's a rebuke to us. What about this story? It's now being reported that Iran, a lot of experts thought, had the ability to have a nuclear program, weapons program, but did not want it. Yeah. Now seems to have obtained a computer programming for the purpose of modeling and beginning to build a nuclear arsenal. This, according to U.S. and Israeli officials. It's in Axios today. What are we going to do about it?
That's the million-dollar question. Listen, Brian, under the next president, whomever it is, Biden or Trump, Iran most likely will get a nuclear weapon unless that president does something to stop them. We had the maximum economic pressure campaign, and President Trump vowed that all options would be on the table, and he would stop Iran no matter what it takes from getting a nuclear weapon. We don't, in my opinion, we don't have that type of firm commitment from President Biden. So these centrifuges that you just mentioned at the IAEA just a few weeks ago, Iran got rebuked, and they really got rebuked by the European countries. And in fact, the European countries had to drag us along, right? It was reported the United States wanted to kind of keep the gloves off Iran at the IAEA. So Iran immediately responded by saying, fine, we're installing all of these centrifuges. Oh, and by the way, now we learned about the computer modeling. So we need to have a policy from this administration. We need to have a strategy and to know what are they going to do to stop Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. So far, they've spent 3.5 years with sanctions relief and begging them to get back into the JCPOA with nothing to show for it.
Morgan, last week, not only did they 2 weeks ago not support European allies who were condemning Iran for this advancement in the nuclear program, we asked them not to sanction them, and we asked them not to censor them. Crazy town. And just real quick, Rich Goldberg, the senior advisor of the Foundation for Defense of Democracy, says for years the intelligence community has assessed Iran is not actively working on a program, that it might be building or assembling a line for fissile material, but now he has indications they're actually weaponizing that program. The world is out of sorts and never been more dangerous. Morgan Ortagus, thanks for breaking it down for us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.